Hi, friends. Quick question for you. If a company asked you to upload a photo ID before an interview, would you automatically assume it's a scam? A lot of job seekers do, but here's something most people don't know. The FBI recently reported that North Korean IT workers infiltrated more than 130 US tech companies by applying for remote tech jobs using stolen or synthetic identities and working through VPNs, virtual private networks that cloaked their location. Altogether, they generated over $2 million that went directly to the North Korean government. Mhm. And because of situations like this, companies are quietly changing how they hire remote workers. And now you may see things like identity verification, video confirmation, location checks, third party verification platforms. And many job seekers see those steps and immediately think this must be a scam. So, today I want to walk you through several hiring steps that are becoming increasingly common and why companies are using them. In understanding this can help you avoid scams without rejecting legitimate opportunities. Hi, I'm Chris Durst, but here you can just call me Grammy. As many of you may know, I co founded Rat Race Rebellion and spent more than 26 years helping job seekers find legitimate remote work while avoiding scams. And that mission hasn't changed under the new ownership, thank goodness. But the hiring landscape has changed, especially in tech and AI and remote roles generally. And part of that change is about identity verification because today it's easier than ever for someone to pretend to be someone else online. Think about what technology allows people to do today. Someone can generate an AI written resume, apply for hundreds of jobs automatically, hide their location using a VPN, apply using a stolen identity, and in some extreme cases, people have even attempted to deep fake video interviews. Think about that. You've got an interviewer talking to an AI generated person. So companies are responding by tightening up parts of the hiring process, and that makes sense. Circling back to the North Korean remote worker issue that I mentioned earlier, this is one of the reasons why companies are increasing security. So, just to give a little more detail, federal investigators have reported that North Korean IT workers have been posing as remote job applicants to gain employment with US companies. And according to the US Department of Justice, facilitators helped these workers obtain jobs using stolen identities and US based proxy hosts for company computers. And the investigators say that the scheme involved more than 136 US victim companies and generated over $2.2 million in revenue for the North Korean government. In some cases, once hired, workers had access to company systems and proprietary information. And because of incidents like this, the FBI has urged companies to strengthen identity verification, device controls, and remote worker vetting. So, the first step you may encounter is identity verification through a third party service. Companies may now ask you to verify your identity using platforms such as Persona or other identity verification providers. This may involve uploading your photo ID, taking a selfie, matching your face to the ID. And the goal is simple to confirm that the person applying for the job is who they claim to be. Secondly, you may be asked to do video identity confirmation. So, some companies may ask applicants to record a short video verification. This helps confirm that the applicant matches the ID that has been submitted, and it helps prevent impersonation attempts. There's also the matter of location verification. In remote work, location sometimes matters. Companies may verify where an applicant is physically located. And that can include things like IP address checks, restrictions on VPN use, confirming the applicant is located and in an approved region. This is especially important when jobs involve sensitive data or export controlled technology. Another thing you may encounter is being routed through a third party hiring platform. Companies often use systems to manage large volumes of applications, and you may be asked to create an account, upload documents, and complete assessments. And this can feel unfamiliar if you're used to applying directly through a company website. We're also seeing that more companies are now asking for skills assessments before interviews. This one's becoming extremely common, especially in tech and AI roles. Companies may ask candidates to complete short skills assessments, coding tests, writing samples, AI evaluation tasks before scheduling an interview. This helps companies quickly identify qualified candidates when they receive hundreds or even thousands of applicants. All of that being said, I do want you to know what still signals a scam. So let me be clear about this. Just because hiring processes are changing doesn't mean that scams have disappeared. The classic warning signs still apply. Red flags can include being asked to pay money, being sent a check and asked to send money back, being sent a check that's supposed to be for equipment purchases or software purchases, and being instructed to put that in your bank account and wire the funds directly to their approved vendor, who ultimately is them. Requests for payment using gift cards, cryptocurrency, or being pushed to communicate through WhatsApp or Telegram or Signal or any of the other chat interfaces. And emails coming from free accounts like Gmail instead of from a company domain. So, if you're encountering a hiring step that feels unfamiliar, here's the best approach. First, don't panic. Second, don't assume. Instead, pause, research, and verify. Look up the company. Look up any third party platform that they're asking you to use, and make sure that the request is coming through legitimate company channels. This is also one reason I continue to recommend Rat Race Rebellion, even though I'm no longer with the company. They are a great source for screened, legitimate job leads. Companies listed there have been researched before being posted. But even legitimate companies may now use modern hiring tools that feel unfamiliar. Friends, I want you to stay cautious, but I also want you to stay informed. The hiring landscape is evolving, and some of the steps that feel strange today are simply companies adapting to a world where identity fraud and impersonation have become real risks. So remember, stay alert, stay cautious, and always verify. I'll see you next time.